Good morning. I just wanted to go over a couple things that I have that are pretty old. They're literature from Jehovah's Witnesses. Some of it dates back to like 1947, and some of the things that it says. Well, let me just start off first of all. This one, it's the meaning of Christ's return. It's January 67. And I have highlighted, okay, it says, Jesus Christ promised his followers he would come again. On the night before he was to die, Jesus encouraged his apostles, with this promise to return. Okay, and they quote scriptures. A little bit down says, how and when does Christ return? How can you know it? What is the evidence? What does it mean? What does it? Many in Christendom have quit hoping for Christ to return. Okay, before considering when he returns, we need to determine how and what manner, and so that we are not misled. I'm sorry, this is kind of old, so it's hard to read. Okay, due to his invisibility, Christ's return could not be seen with physical eyes. When Jesus promised to come again, he said that he would take his apostles to be with him. Jesus had promised he was going to prepare a place for them, not on earth, but in heaven. His coming was to raise them to heavenly life with him, not to return himself to human life. They would behold him again because they would be with him in heaven. But world in general would not behold him anymore. Read John 14:19. Questions from audience. How would you explain Revelation 1:7, which says every eye will see him? In this statement, you would say, it says, read aloud. In this statement, is it literal or symbolic? Verse 1 says revelation is, quote, in signs. Verse 7 says even those who pierced him would see him, but soldiers who nailed Christ on the stake and jabbed a spear in his side are long dead. It must be symbolic. A Greek English lexicon says the Greek word for, quote, see means also, among other things, of mental sight or to discern or perceive. Clouds we can denote invisibility. At his ascension, Jesus was taken out of sight in a cloud, quote, Acts 1:9. Understanding the text to mean that every eye would discern that his presence because of the things they could see happening on the earth agrees with John 14:19. Okay. Some discern it willingly, others wait until they are forced. Of course, those experience grief. Important to our salvation for Jesus to remain a spirit. Okay, well, let's see. He was raised in the flesh, but they say spirit. And then it says, Christ's return does not mean he comes physically to earth. Sick people, it says returning does not always mean that one goes to a literal place with his physical body. Sick people return to health. Those mentally upset return to their senses. These people, I hope, do. Deposed kings can return to power. The Bible teaches that the spirit persons return or visit by turning their attention to the object of their interest. Psalmist asked Jehovah to return or turn his attention again to Israel, likened to a vine. So the King Jesus Christ's return not literally means coming to earth, but by turning his attention here, so he would be an invisible spirit. Jesus spoke of a sign that would indicate he had returned. The sign has to do with Jesus receiving kingly power from Jehovah in the heavenly realm. Daniel 7:13 and 14. Humans unable to see this would need to see some visible evidence that such a thing had come to pass. To illustrate, in our homes, we have some means of announcing unseen guests, a doorbell, or perhaps they clap their hands. This stuff is so ridiculous. This isn't even half of it. I've got, like I said, that was June of 67. We've got, should you believe in the Trinity, January 1980. I've got some notes here. This is just stuff. Some of this stuff is ridiculous. The scriptures that they have. This is pretty old. Anyway, I don't know if anybody wants this. I'm really tired of looking at this stuff because it gives me a headache. Honestly, it's hard. But somebody may be able to use this. This is our Kingdom Ministry textbook. Talks about a lot of stuff that it's a lot of hypocritical stuff. But anyway, I don't remember. This was like 60 something. I got some stuff from the 1940s. Where'd that go? Anyhow, I'm not sure if anybody would